Hey, soul survivors, we are live, just checking in with you guys, and still having problems with the FB platform, but how was everybody's day today? Kind of logging in and getting things set up as we start, but having some sound issues, but it's a good day today. What about you guys? The week is going by really quick. Two of my friends are live. Invite them. Oh my goodness. But I see you guys. Ricky, how's it going? Simply misunderstood. Oh my goodness. Hi, Brian. Yeah, simply misunderstood. I can relate to that. And that's kind of the topic that I picked today. We can talk about whatever you guys would like to talk about, but the topic I picked was neurotypical and neurodivergent. And a lot of people who suffer with being neurodivergent can have a more difficult life. And I was watching television earlier, and they had it was a shaken baby situation. And what happened was the guy was convicted, and he's facing, I think, the death penalty for the death of his daughter. And they're saying that there's no evidence, it's not scientifically based, but the part that stood out was that he was later diagnosed with autism. And because of his autism, when he was talking about the death of his child, he had a very flat effect. So he was seen as not caring, but he was actually overwhelmed. And people don't always understand the different types of people that are out there. And I know a lot of times people with ADHD are confused with narcissism sometimes. And same with, sorry, I'm trying to set this up so it doesn't fall over. But I got a lot of people. Now, what did I do? I need more. The cords aren't long enough. What did I just do? Oh, I have people joining in too. Oh my goodness. My screen just went blank. My screen just went blank. Why did it do that? There we go. Okay. So I'm still here. But I got a lot of people joining in. So do you guys know somebody like that where they're misunderstood, or maybe you're misunderstood just on your personality? So that can get really frustrating. It can cause problems in relationships or jobs. And I don't know, but I see you guys joining in. Feel free to say hi to me. Love to hear how you guys are doing. And has the week gone by quick for you? It's gone by real quick. You guys are great with the thumbs up. I appreciate that. What would I do if when you're okay? What would you do if when you're okay? So he said, yes. Would I go? What do you mean? What do you go when I'm okay? I don't know what you mean. And sisters, hello, how are you? Yeah, please rephrase that. I don't mind answering questions, but I got to understand them. Sisters, how was your day today? Good to have you here. And I took a nap. This is crazy what happened to me today. I took a nap and I kind of panicked because it was, it was nighttime and I thought it was morning. So I thought I was late to school. I was actually 12 hours early. Have you guys ever had that? That's crazy. You're doing good. I love hearing that. And I love those roses. I appreciate those. Emojis can really kind of change your mood. And Jason, hello from Tennessee. I am in Michigan. Good to have you here. So like I said, we could talk about whatever you would like. I picked ADHD because a lot more people are starting to get diagnosed with that late onset. And it's been a lot on the news. Also, firstborn and only children, also some of the struggles that they have. They're more likely to be depressed. And they were talking about the loneliness epidemic. So if you guys are struggling with something, there are different techniques to kind of get back on track. If you've dealt with a narcissist before, you definitely know about that trauma bond and the ruminating. And we definitely need to kind of take control over our minds again. So there are some overlapping things with the things people with ADHD or autism goes through. A nurse. I went to nursing school. You fight depression. Are there certain triggers? Assistant. So yeah, sometimes there's triggers, or sometimes it's our brain chemistry, and there are ways to kind kind of change our brain chemistry and get those neurons and transmitters kind of working a little bit different coping mechanisms. And, seasonal depression is coming up too. So we have to be aware of that. Make sure we get our vitamin D, vitamin A, all those kind of things. Also check our gut health and, what we're eating. Hopefully we're not drinking too much or doing other things. But sometimes when you really struggle with depression, you kind of lose a little bit of hope, and it kind of brings you down this trail to where it digs a deeper hole. When I'm alone, it seems to be worse. So that's kind of telling you something, and that's okay that it gets worse, because it's telling you that you should connect with more people. And sometimes when we're alone, we kind of get lost in our thoughts, and that makes complete sense. But if you can kind of keep yourself busy, maybe do a different hobby or read or, join in on these live chats or, a lot of times reconnecting with our friends, but also physical activity is really important. So I know when I do my tap time, you'll be seeing me do my tap time dancing pretty soon, that I kind of get lost in that time. I am alone, but I don't know if it's a physical activity or watching a YouTube video. So somebody there, kind of body doubling, even though it's a video. But do you have any coping mechanisms? And is it no way? Can I be your mom? Sure, I can be your mom. Not biological, though. Good to have you here. And good morning. You are 11 minutes early, Henry. It is currently 11:49, but good evening. And pretty soon, yes, good morning. Where are you from? You must be across the seas, maybe. I waved at Willie Bill. Okay, good. I don't know how I did that, but I did it. And thank you, Henry, for the follow. All the follows and comments. Oh, we got lots of comments, so I got to catch up. I'm holding one phone. What's that behind you? Ta-da! I have a fireplace right there. It's a little mantle. And outside there is like a sunroom that I bought a house on the lake. So there's a clock and a mirror and pictures. So yeah, hey, good to have you here, Jerry. Jason says, I guess that's why I work too much. And that's a lot of times. I'm glad you brought that up. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to block the camera. A lot of times, workaholics, it's a trauma response. So yeah, it is us, kind of trying to keep busy. Sometimes too, though, it's us avoiding getting things done that we need to do to do the healing or you procrastinate on the little things that you need to do. Did you make your bed? Did you take your shower? Did you go for a walk? So you just hyper focus on one thing. And I get it. I've done that too. But sometimes too, that can kind of lead to depression too, because like you said, it's worse when you're alone. And when you're working so much, it's like ineffective to curing or overcoming, I should say, the struggles that you're feeling. So we all need to feel connected in some way. So Jerry, thank you. I live in Michigan. Cal, is that what it is? Cal Owens? I am in Michigan. So Jason says, but it seems like when I slow down, I get depressed. That makes sense. But so when we start getting depressed, we kind of have to prepare. We're going to slow down when we get a little bit older. But we have to really realize, what is it that we're missing? And to understand that sometimes we have to change our perspective or outlook on things, and that takes accepting a lot of things. Do you know, is it when you're alone, is it that you're focusing on maybe a breakup, or are you focusing on the fact that maybe you don't have kids or your child moved out? Or do you feel like you have not achieved the goal that you were set out to? A lot of times there's something underlying. And do you feel that you struggle with ADHD? And sometimes it's like searching for that dopamine and all that. Turtle says, can a hallucination cause pain? Heck yeah, they have those, like my dad had his leg amputated, and they had those phantom pains, which is like a hallucination in a sense, where you hallucinate that the pain is at the tip of your foot when you don't have a foot. But if you feel something is happening, you can definitely feel pain because it seems so real. A lot of times they cannot tell the difference. So yes, you can feel pain. Excellent question though. And Jerry is here from North Carolina. My kids at school, they're doing all the different states, and North Carolina is one that they picked. So it says, encourage my viewers to share the love and invite more friends. Keep this going. And was that Apple? Hi, Apple. Apple user. Thought that was your name for a sec. We got Cowhide and Mike and Pa. Is that Pa? 1968. So, you know, is there a time that you can look back when the depression started? Or, you know, sometimes it's a chemical imbalance, or sometimes certain medications, if you're on certain medications, or if you've gone to a psychologist, maybe you're on the wrong medication. Jason says, I got so focused on the norm, I've forgotten how to let go, so it seems. Yeah, and letting go, that's a hard thing to do. You have to go through that full cycle of grief, and it's easier to just use that cognitive dissonance and keep yourself stuck. And we got Sailor. Is it JD? I gotta get that new screen. Sailor, thank you for liking the live. Oh my goodness, I appreciate that. So, but yeah, struggling with depression, and you know, when we get depressed, we often lack the motivation to do certain things. And if you can try to get into a routine of making your bed, cleaning your house, taking a shower, putting on nice clothes, not just sweats, even though sweats are nice and comfy on a cold day, but to kind of pamper yourself, you know, put the nice clothes on, and, you know, do your hair or shave or whatever, trim your beard. Run says, phantom pain is not good. Loads of my clients had this after amputation, diabetes. Yes, my dad, he had so many pains. And they're severe. You could see he was so uncomfortable. And he was saying, it's crazy, the foot's not even there. You would think after the amputation that it would feel more comfortable. Robert says, I'm going to have to bake me a pumpkin pie if you'll share it with me. All right. There you go. That'd be nice. I do want to do a meet and greet with you guys. I didn't think about a potluck. Jerry says, I've been single and living alone for 12 years. It's tough, but it's manageable. Holidays hurt. Do you have family that you could spend time with? I know one thing that I do, and sometimes we wait for people to come through for us. Sometimes we can create it. What I started doing, and I know sometimes money is an issue, but what I started doing is inviting people over for dinner. And you know, when you get down and out, like nobody's invited me over, that is, you know, have you invited anybody to your place? And maybe during the holidays, there's other people that are alone. What my daughter started doing is Misfit Thanksgiving, where on Wednesday she would get together with her friends or family and have a nice Thanksgiving dinner. So it wasn't exactly on Thanksgiving because a lot of people still went with their family, but you can have a social time and then, you know, have some leftovers, ask to take a plate home, and then you have Thanksgiving. There's also like soup kitchens. I've never been to that. Maybe some churches or synagogues or mosques have certain things. Run says at night, a lot of clients said it would happen. Yeah, and a lot of times at the end of the day, people start getting depressed and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's really interesting the patterns that we have. So Jason says, maybe I should go fishing. A lot of people like that. A lot of people find it calming, or you get that little adrenaline rush when you have fish biting, and that could be good. That could be good. It's kind of therapeutic. Robert says, I am absolutely serious. I love to cook with a passion. Oh my goodness. Where are you from? Who was the one from North Carolina? Robert, where are you from? Pumpkin pie, though. Turtle says, I used to have the Island of Lost Toys. I don't know what that means. So Jerry, yeah, relaxing. Sometimes, you know, especially if we're a workaholic, maybe it is good to kind of train ourselves how to relax. I went through a stage where I didn't sit down. I would pace and I forgot how to relax. So it's kind of nice when you get back into it. So Turtle says Christmas. Ah, there you go. Ron says it helps a bit. Fishing, what are we talking about? What helps a bit? I know different people. I love it when you guys share what works for you. I love to go dancing or even do that in my house. That's why I need to get back into that. From Rudolph. Oh, Jerry says I'm retiring in 2 years. Are you looking forward to that or are you dreading it? Because that's kind of your coping mechanism. So we got to kind of prepare for that. Some people work so much that they forget to live. And you had this whole new start on life where you get to fishing helps. Okay, there you go. Do you guys like ice fishing? I've been ice fishing, and I went fishing this summer on my lake. Oh my gosh, and I caught something, but it scares me because I know my friend was fishing and he like cut his hand on one of the fish things, so I'm afraid to get cut. Some fish are crazy with the teeth and probably will work part-time. It's good to either volunteer or do something. I know my neighbor, he mows my lawn. I pay him. It's extra cash for him, but to keep yourself busy. And that keeps you physically healthy, mentally healthy. So, yeah, even if it's not a job, just working around your house, maybe start a garden or do little remodeling or little things. Keep yourself busy. It's good for us to keep ourselves busy. Never ice fishing. I went when it was actually a pretty decent day, but it was solid ice, so that was good. Our winters have been changing though, so I don't know how long or how stable the ice is lately. Turtle says the last fish I caught scared the heck out of me. What was it? Big? There's some creepy ones. I teach a class on the creepy creatures of the deep, and the stoplight loose jaw. It can completely like dislocate its jaw. It's hanging on by like a ligament, and the whole bottom down here is missing. So it's got a jawbone and nothing, just a hole right there. It drops it down. It kind of looks like a viper fish, I think. You broke the rod. Ah, gosh, such a pretty smile. Thank you so much, Dave. Jerry says, might put the houseboat in the Swanee River in Ocala, Florida. Now that the hurricane's passed, maybe. And it's in the river. So I know where Ocala is. I didn't know. Do they have people living out there on the houseboats? I know my cousin did that for a while. She was living on a houseboat, and I think that'd be really cool. I don't know about during storms though. I would actually love to hear the waves. To me, that's soothing. I was doing some research on white noise versus black noise, and how many of you sleep with some sort of sound? Because some people were talking about hating certain noises. Other people love it. I sleep with a fan, and it was interesting. So many people with ADHD were saying that they liked the sound, and others like it completely quiet. Also, I want to do some research on like how many people live in your house. Turtle says living on a boat can get scary. I bet it can get really scary. Even like staying in a tent. Staying in a tent is nice when it's got nice soft rain. It's kind of cool. But when there's like terrible storms, even like a camper can get scary. So if you guys have a sturdy home, you are blessed with that. Dave says, I always wonder about houseboats, like sewage and cable TV. I love it. Yeah, can't go without that cable. Run says there's a video of a low tide at night, and a group of people were walking on the tide flat, and they fins, the fish in hole had gnarly teeth, huge eyes. They shine light on it at night. And at night, you can see their bioluminescence. So, yeah. Huh. flattened. They had fins. And the deep sea fish, those are insanely crazy. So have to check, lived in Sarasota for 30 years. That would be nice though. I have a boat. I was kind of thinking about doing that one night, just kind of putting a little canopy up and sleeping on the boat. I don't know. We'll see. I don't have like a house boat though. So I don't know. But are you guys getting excited for the holidays coming up? Maybe that's a nice little break that we can do. Go connect with some family. Reach out to people from your past. You know, a lot of times when we get so overwhelmed with life that we disconnect. And there's a lot of people that can really add to our lives. We get so caught up in the things that aren't necessarily the most important, such as, you know, work or shopping or, you know, power washing, this or that, that we forget life is about relationships and, you know, fulfilling ourselves. And a lot of us can help people have a sense of purpose in doing that. Boomer, thank you so much for sharing the live. This definitely helps encourage people to pop on in and grow the channel. I love that. Let me see if I can set this up so it doesn't fall. Jeez. I cannot get this to stay up. Oh, here we go. We're going to get creative. Is this going to work? No. Oh, I don't want to hold this. And it's too low on battery. All right. So we are going to do this. All right. One sec. I'm going to unplug you guys. Put you over here. There we go. Family is spread out too far. Yeah, that can make it frustrating. Hey, how are you? And how far out is the family spread? Man, it does not have a long enough cord. I know that's a sad thing now that we have all this technology and ability to travel, that a lot of us lose connections with our family. There we go. That will set up a little better. But yeah, I got family in California and Wisconsin and Tennessee, and it is nice to take a vacation to go and see them. But if you just want to kind of pop in, a lot of my family is across state, and even that gets hard. So next weekend, oh, as far as China, ooh, I went to China. I was in Hangzhou, Xiamen, Guangzhou, and also went to Hong Kong out there though. Hawaii here, that wouldn't be too bad. I wouldn't mind going to it. You're in Hawaii? Oh my gosh. You gotta have a little Thanksgiving celebration at your place. Hey, Wanda. And it is 12:05 a.m. here. Time to change. Okay. Well, thank you for the reminder. I forgot. But you guys are so mean. Oh my goodness. Pamper. But anyways, but yeah, family all over the place. So China though, the thing with that though is I still have 5 more years on my visa. I don't know exactly how that goes with China. If you ever wanted to visit, if you can just go, like, I'm sure you need a visa. There's something that's what you could go to Hong Kong and meet in Hong Kong, but that is so expensive. Yes, I'm native Hawaiian. 6 p.m. Oh my gosh. I forget it's that much of a difference. 6 p.m. That's wild. No, it's, how is it 6 p.m.? Is that, oh, okay. I get it. Beijing. Okay. I have friends in Beijing. I had a good experience in China, but I saw probably the poorest people I've ever seen in my life, other than like some homeless people in Detroit. But the way that they were surviving, but then on the other side, like literally right on the side was like a facade to where you would have, it was like Rodeo Drive. It was the most beautiful, exquisite, California-esque. East Coast, 3 hours, I think. East Coast from California. Yeah, if you're in California, it would be 9 p.m., but I am East Coast, so it is 12:07 a.m. And yeah, I know about the time zones. That's another thing that's hard to deal with. Louisiana, hello, Phil, hello. Because I had made some really good friends in China, but the time zone, 12 to 13 hours, depending on the different, cycle of daylight savings. And it was hard to connect with them because, 6 o'clock is 6 a.m. for them, or noon would be midnight. So you are 5 hours back from California? Oh, wow. So you're 8 hours? And from Hawaii, California here. Oh my gosh. And Debbie joined. I knew you'd come in. How's it going, Debbie? Debbie has an early morning appointment, so I appreciate you popping in. I appreciate that. So I did do some troubleshooting on FB, and I cannot get that sound to work other than using my phone. So computers are not my forte. Hawaii is far, far away from me. LOL. And oh man, I was working for myself, and my parents went to my dad's cousin, my second cousin's place. They had a timeshare in Hawaii. And they went there and they came back and told me about what a wonderful time they had. And they're like, yeah, if you could have gotten off work, we would have taken you with us. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I work for myself. I could have taken off. That made me so mad. Like a free trip to Hawaii. Shaman in China. That to me is what I believe Hawaii would be like. It was absolutely gorgeous. JT says middle of the Pacific. JT, thank you for the follow. Turtle says, my daughter went there and said not to due to pollution. Oh, well, I know Guangzhou, that was pretty polluted, but the other parts of China were beautiful. So I wonder if Hawaii is kind of like that. How many miles across is Hawaii? Dave says Hawaii is beautiful. If anybody wants to donate so I can go on a trip there, I would love that. Hello, and what is it? The 2000 Cadillac. Do you have one of those? Oh my goodness! Some comments in this live were filtered to protect. Man, people say stuff. Oh my goodness! I know Mimi gets filtered out a lot. I don't know what she says. I have no clue what you guys are saying. 8 islands in the chain. Yes. Are you Hawaii proper? Or are you like Oahu, Kauai, Maui? And which one has the white sand? There's one that has like the white sand. Oahu. Oh, okay. Yeah. Run says Hawaii is expensive. They're running regular class out of there off the big island. Yeah, it is hard for your average person. Also, I don't think they have enough housing, or housing is expensive because of limited housing. I know a lot of people are struggling down there. That's beautiful. But I know when I was looking for teaching jobs, they had some teaching jobs there, and the pay was, from what I remember, it was pretty comparable. But then when you figure in the cost of living, like Michigan, our salary compared to our cost of living is really nice. There's other states that might make $30,000 more, but the cost of living is way more. So it's the main island. Is it Oahu is the main island? Is Hawaii the main island? You guys are confusing me. And is it Morris? What a cool way to spell that. And thank you for the follow. Oahu is? I did not know that. Are you sure? I'll believe you. I don't know. I'll fact check it, but so Honolulu. Now that's the capital, right? Oh, is Honolulu? Oh, man, I need to do my research. Honolulu. Is Honolulu on Hawaii? I don't know. Honolulu is a city, right? Oh yeah, Morris, that is a cool. Got to thank mom and dad for that one. That is cool how you spell that. I can only learn so much, guys. Now I feel like a bimbo. Dave says I'm not a fan of flying 5 hours in an airplane over the ocean with kids crying. Yeah, I get it. Yes, Oahu. Okay. Interesting. And thank you for liking the live. Look at all that love and try to get that confetti to fall down. But I think it was over 14 hours when I went out to China. So I went from Detroit to Chicago, up and over. But yeah, maybe even 16 hours on the way home. That's a long flight. Cool story, bro. You do it every time. What? Lie to me? I don't even know what that's true. Waikiki is the small one. Natives live there. Waikiki. I think that's such a cool sounding name. Hawaii is expensive. Are the other islands expensive? Fly over the ocean. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you do what you got to do, you know. They say it's safer than driving, so I guess it's definitely safer to drive or fly to China so you don't drive through the water. Is that why it's safer? But yeah, and that's another thing, you know, sometimes when you are going through depression, kind of give yourself like a little bucket list or a goal, something that you want to do and work towards it and celebrate the accomplishments, you know. Or, you know, if you don't have the money, don't have the time to get a new job, just, you know, look on the floor for quarters or whatever and just see where life brings you. If you get the little blessings, pennies from heaven. And JT, LOL. Maui is your favorite. What do you like about Maui the best? And Jeff is here. A lot of people joining us. You guys are awesome. Hi from San Antonio, Texas. How's the weather out there? What is the weather like, Hubcap? And thank you for the follow. JG says, did you stop over in Hawaii to get to China? No, we went straight through. I guess I go like by the North Pole. It was like up and over. So we did not go to Hawaii. Part of it too is like we went to Hong Kong first. So we went to Hong Kong and then Xiamen. So there's probably, I don't even know, 8-hour difference between those two. I have no idea. I want to say like I forget which one we took a train to and which one we took a flight to, but it's like a 2-hour flight. So it's probably like several hours. A little less touristy than Oahu. That would be good. But no, we did not stop in Hawaii. Stopped in Chicago, which is just like Detroit. Dave says little less touristy. JT says Maui is the second most populated island. And I'm assuming you mean the most populated island of the Hawaiian chain, right? Because Australia is an island. So, yes. Okay. Huh. That should be on my bucket list. What was it? Yesterday? I made the Marry Me chicken. Anybody want to marry me? And we can go to Hawaii for our honeymoon. Where would you guys go if you could go anywhere? I would love to go to Hawaii. Also, okay, I got somebody. You were the first one. All right, Roland. Oh, JT. Well, Roland stands me up here. You're next in line. But wait, who's making me pumpkin pie? Maybe we'll have a taste test. But I'd like to hear where you guys would like to go or where you've been. Have any of you been to Cancun? Belize. My friend keeps saying she wants to run away to Belize. I don't know. But I know I have a friend who he teaches English as a second language, and that's how I kind of connected with him. But his wife is from the Philippines, and they had property right on the ocean. And he was saying how cheap. He lives like a king out there. And Roland says, Arkansas is nice this time of year. LOL. There you go. I don't even know what the weather would be like. Probably a little, about the same as, is yours like the same as Michigan? Maybe a little better? I'm not sure. Dave says, I actually never been to New York City. That seems like a fun place to go. I got lucky. I got like a job where I teach English as a second language, the same company that flew me out to China. They flew me to New York City. So if you guys get a job like that, that's kind of nice. And you just got back from Spain. Oh my gosh, do you have to apply for a visa or can you just go there? I want to go to the Netherlands where my family is from. That'd be pretty cool. I should get there soon. I have some elderly cousins that are like my mother's age. They're more like my mother's cousins, which are what, my second cousins. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of nice that they know English, and I teach English as a second language. So I've been learning Spanish. I think it'd be great to go over to Spain and learn a little bit more, kind of enjoy the culture. Run says some places cheap that I can live like the famous people do here in the state, just for the experience for a bit. So you say that the famous people live cheap there? Oh, I think I know what you mean. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to experience. Jerry says, my daughters want me to take them to Scotland. You have 4 relatives still living there. If it's in the budget, that would be amazing. And I say go for it. Oh my gosh. Do you guys keep up on the culture? The culture would be really neat to see. And, you know, it's so nice that we're all so different. But like they were saying, how traditions are important, and you know, kind of helps with your sense of identity. You know, this is me, and this is where I'm from. I know there are people who have been adopted that kind of struggle with that, to where they have to kind of recreate some things. But if you can connect with your lineage, that would be awesome. And Morocco would be cool. I like the tropical things. I do have some like Swahili students. I think that'd be neat just to see. My dad went over to Africa. He worked for Ford Motor Company, and he went to Africa, and he has videos of like elephants and tigers just right outside the window. They put a little, like, I don't know if it was a siren or a light, but they would alert you that there were these super wild animals just roaming out in the back. Tigers would scare me though. Elephants, okay. But Turbo Man is here. And I'd love to hear where you guys went, what are your favorite things, any places to avoid. That's important to know too. Ooh, Dave says, oh my goodness. JT, thank you so much. Look at that. All right, JT gets to marry me. You are in the gift gallery now. You just got the #1 gifter. Thank you so much, JT. And Mimi is here. I saw you pop in real quick, FG. So yeah, that puts a smile on my face. I appreciate that. Hi, honey. Got my adoptive internet daughter. But there are some places to avoid, and we do have to like be proactive on that. Jerry says, my daughters want to see the castles. Apparently we had some members of the family that were royalty, and take those princesses over there. They would love that. I know every little girl I know wanted to be a princess. What do you think? Did you guys want to be a princess, Debbie? What about you? Did you ever want to be a princess? I guess we have some royalty in our family too, and the Radsvilles. There's I gotta research it more. There's like this love story with the Radsville, and it's it's pretty interesting. We'll put it that way. Greenland is not green. I know, Dave. They did that. They purposely called Iceland because it was so beautiful, and they're like, people are just going to flock here. How do we keep people away from coming to this beautiful place, and like we'll call it Iceland. And so the one that's covered in ice, so like we'll call that Greenland, and people will go there because they think it's green and beautiful. So do your research. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Mimi says, I'm scared. No, don't be scared. Why are you scared? Don't be scared. But yeah, you're right. Greenland is not green. But yeah, the royalty, and I guess I'm related to the Queen of Poland. And my uncle was a first person who won the Nobel Prize, who got to, for being a Lithuanian, and he got to meet the Lithuanian president, which is kind of cool. Jerry says they are 29 and 32. They are my heroes. I know I want to take my daughter to Ireland. I'm not Irish, but her dad is. We're not together, but I think that would be kind of cool. And also I would bring her over to Holland. Dave says, LOL, right? And John says, Mr. Somebody is buying Greenland. I think I'm not allowed to say the names. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not sure he said that. When did he say that? Mimi says, what do I do? Why are you scared? I can't give you advice unless I know why you're scared. First, we have to assess the situation. Is it a true threat? And, ooh, is it Mav? Mav, good to have you here. Are you able to hear me okay? Please let me know you can hear me okay. I gave up on the computer, so I am using the phone. It's not necessarily the best phone to use, but it's what I got. So, God, tell me why you're scared. Kenna is here. You guys have so many cool names. I love it. But the more you guys like and comment, the more the channel grows, and I appreciate that. I've been trying to be pretty loyal to you guys logging in as much as I can once a night. I was on FB earlier trying to do my sound check. That took like an hour. And then there's this ADHD coaching thing that I'm looking into. So there might be a little shift, hopefully a little announcement coming up. We'll see. Maybe not. But JT, am I married? No, I am single. Mimi says, oh, you literally just typed? Mimi, you gotta give me time to read. I don't see it. You said you're scared. Nope, it didn't come through. I don't know why. You literally just typed it. It didn't come through. I see hello. So sometimes you guys do need to retype for me. I can scroll up. Sometimes it gets confusing if there's a lot of interactions, but sometimes if you just repeat it, it definitely helps. But it's good. Don't worry about it then. And I'll tell you what, I'm trying to be there for you. There are times that we had to repeat ourselves. This is obviously not because of my hearing, because you typed it. But sometimes as people get older, they might need a little bit more patience. It can get frustrating, but you don't want to retype it. Okay. All right. So JT, there we go. JT says perfect. LOL. Okay, Mimi, I'm glad. Yep. So sometimes even just taking a deep breath, and then as long as it's okay, you know, sometimes we have to just realize it's okay. I'm just kind of feeling anxious. Red, thank you so much for the follow. And that helps me climb up the leaderboard. I want to be a leader. Ooh, we are in the top 10%. Oh my gosh, JT, ice cream. What's everybody's favorite type of ice cream? I was just talking about that with a friend of mine. My friend really wants to try mint ice cream without chocolate. And Blake, what makes you say that? Because you might just be wrong. Mimi says it's not okay, though. My bestie is having a hard time. What's going on with your bestie? Cookies and cream. JT likes cookies and cream. I do too. But I was telling her I like from Baskin Robbins. I haven't been there in a long time, but they had like the really micro crumble shavings. I don't like the flakes of chocolate and mint chocolate chip, or I don't like actual like chips or the hard square flakes, but I like little shavings. I don't know. I like that better. Blake says, LOL, I'm just saying it in everyone's chat. Okay. All right. At least you're honest. I appreciate that. I was like, what does one look like? Sometimes you could tell. Sometimes you could tell, but Mimi says, same as me. Yeah. And I like Moose Tracks. It reminds me of when I was a little girl. They had like the Good Humor bar where it has like the chocolate and then it's covered with your ice cream with the chocolate coating, but that was really good chocolate inside. But now it seems a little bit more like kind of waxy. So I haven't been able to recreate that memory in my mind when I try buying these. It could be a different brand, but some childhood memories come back. The other thing that seems different are Twinkies and Suzy Q's. Anybody who's a little bit older, do you agree they changed them? I know that they've changed some food, like frying things in peanut oil. I remember when I was 8 years old, there was a little girl that died from a peanut allergy. She ordered French fries from the concession stand, and they had fried it in peanut oil. What I find interesting too is there is a higher incidence of African Americans that are allergic to peanuts. Found that interesting. So we're all the same, but there's also some differences. So, and hello, thank you for the compliment, Rufus. I appreciate that. How are you? Mimi says, I wish I was there with her, or she doesn't do it. So she doesn't do it. She doesn't do what? You might need to call her parents. I wish I was there with her so she doesn't do it. Is this like an emergency situation where you need to do something so she doesn't harm herself? There are times we need to step in, you know. Can't always turn our back, is what I feel. You know, sometimes it might even cost a friendship. Sometimes our friendships get mad. That's why we have to be careful too when we tell people. Mimi says, I'm not in Oakland. But based on what you said, do you need to call her parents? Is she in danger? Those are things that, you know, sometimes it's a cry for help, but sometimes people are serious. Usually they don't talk about it. Usually that's more of a sign, but I know sometimes it's not always the case. So I always take it seriously. Okay. All right. As long as she'll be safe, maybe she'll have a rough night crying or being sad. But Steve is here. Good to have you. And you guys are so great. Thank you so much for those donations. They will help me get a new computer. Kind of need 2 new computers. But yeah, I busted mine pretty good. So currently working on my master's. So typing on this Bode computer is a little difficult. And it's nice having saved passwords, but having to relog into every different computer is kind of crazy. But nobody else wants to share what their favorite ice cream is? Is it a PC or a laptop? Laptop. It is not a desktop. It is a laptop. So what I did is to do these videos for you guys, I put it up on some books, and then I have to type. So the camera angle, what's wrong with it? Let's see. I'll do it this way. Hold on. Can you see? Hold on. Oh, what's it doing? Right here. See how my hand is going in? Oh, what did I just do? It doesn't like being tilted, but it's lifted. Ooh, it's about like 1 inch lifted. So it is still working, but look at me trying to get this back up. Thanks for your patience. Yours is vanilla. There you go. And JT says, amazing. I love an intelligent woman. Always learning, definitely. So yeah, that's what I did. I learned not to put my computer on books and then the weight of my hands when I was typing. So that kind of shows you that I don't know, very basic. That's okay. I'm pretty basic on the foods that I eat. You know, if I have a cheeseburger, it's just a cheeseburger. I have a grown adult child. a grown adult child. So yeah, my daughter is no longer living here, just one daughter. Um, Ron says, oh, it looks like the clips, that's an easy fix. It's also cracked. No, it's not an easy. That's easy if it's not warped. It's warped. And it, like, even to push down, it feels like something bunched up. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just going to use it till it dies or until I get rich. But yours is 21. Yeah, it's, you know, I was talking about how it's basically A++ certified. You are basically A++ certified. Yeah, I wish you could help me. I wish you could just fix this. So, Mom, what have you been up to? And is it Rich? It went so quick. Michael, the 2006, you joined again. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? You go down the little rabbit hole. But did you? I think you 2006. Ron says I can take them apart and replace the parts. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. I'm not sure. I might just upgrade. This one by now is about 3 years old. How often do you need to get a new computer? I was hoping longer than 3 years, but you just did yours tonight. I've actually changed a motherboard before. I will give myself some credit on that. Added some memory. My dad built several computers by himself. Your hair is shiny blondie. There you go. Yep. It's because I've been brushing it. Now do you see? Been brushing it during live chats, and like I said, it definitely does help. Also, when I wake up, it's not as tangled. So I forever, for pretty much my whole life, would take a shower in the morning and go to school with my hair wet. Now I'm like taking showers at night because of you guys, so I can go live, freshly showered, and then the more I comb it, the better it looks in the morning. You'll be able to tell how well I sleep. My hair will be like all over the place when I sleep really deep. I don't know. I do toss and turn when I'm in a good sleep, but the messier my hair is, the better my sleep usually is. I'm always brushing my hair, only during live chats. I don't walk around doing this. Is it true that blondes have more fun? I think blondes are single more often, because people think we have more fun. I don't know. There are some benefits to it. There are times that you get like privileges in a sense. People will notice you just because it's a lighter color. But there are some drawbacks. Plus being tall. I'm 6'1", and I remember running into my high school class, and my hair kind of was flying as I was running into class, right at the bell, exactly right at the bell. I was here, and my hair was late to class. I wasn't, but I got tardy because he's like, I knew it was you. Nobody else has blonde hair that high up. So, but Mimi says I'm a wild sleeper. Yeah, that's a true story. But you're a wild sleeper. A good sleeper though? Hello, Las Linduras. What is it? Las Linduras. What does that mean? The what? Like the beautiful? Linda is beautiful. Linduras. I'm not sure what that means, but it's the something. Tell me what your name means. That's cool. Later, Bob. What a cool name. Mimi says, oh, well, I don't know, but what do you mean true story? True story about my hair. And I got the tardy. Later, Bob. I love that name. Hello from Chicago. Ron, you just retracted. Oh, I still see you. You retracted your message. Are you going to give me some more insight on how to fix? Do I go to Geek Squad? Is it worth paying $120 to get it fixed, or just buy a new computer for a couple $100? Un poco pequeña. So I do know some Spanish. And I teach English as a second language. So my students are Spanish speaking, and I am teaching them English. Oh my gosh, JT, you are making me smile. so generous tonight. I appreciate that more than you know. But yeah, I took 3 semesters in college in the university, La Universidad, to learn Spanish. I self-studied, hoping to become a Spanish teacher, but that's not. Oh my gosh. ¿Hablas español? What does Honduras mean? I want to know that. ¿Hablas inglés? Mission accomplished. That's what I'm trying to do. I appreciate that. You did. Yep. And Jason, hey, you look lovely. You do pretty very well. Well, I thank you for that. I appreciate that. Ron says it's just the casing. You may be able to get the casing. So I will check into that because you're probably right. We're talking about my broken computer. So yeah, I don't think the boards are damaged. It's just and the keyboard works. The mouse thing doesn't work. I have to use like an external one. Mimi says, very gorgeous. You guys are so good to me. Heavenly says, did you think I'd miss your live? Maybe. 8. Ocho. Oh, it does not mean 8. The 8? No, it doesn't. Las ochos? Confusadora. I don't know. Heavenly, thank you for liking the live there. I can see that you are here. But Jason, how was your day today? And Heavenly is liking my live. And yeah, so you guys are great. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm hoping on this announcement thing. We'll see. I gotta wait 2 more weeks. But always doing new things and trying new things. And Jason, what is your favorite ice cream? We were talking about favorite ice cream. Helado. Pretty good. Lots of adventures. You saw a bear are you in Indiana or Florida? Where are you right now? You saw a bear. What kind of bear? Yeah, a bear. There are bears in Michigan. I've never seen a bear in person. Mint chocolate. We were just talking about that. That's crazy. That was the topic why we started talking about ice cream. I like the mint chocolate ice cream from Baskin and Robbins. I will always get that because I like it when it's like super, super shaved but the flakes, I don't like it. What is it? Breyers? I don't know. There's one I don't like as much. Black bear in Georgia in the mountains. Those get pretty big though, don't they? Well, is it the brown bears are bigger in Georgia? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was watching a friend of mine show the damage that he had done in Florida, and he was talking about what kind of cats were they? Like bobcat and mountain lion, or I can't remember what it was, but I was like, or cougar. I can't remember. Do cougars live in Michigan other than me? Heavenly says I'm going to be editing a video. How's your channel been going? Bye. Well, at least you're my bestie. Oh, what's your video about? And Mimi says I saw deers. So yeah, there are lots of deer out. Meow. Debbie says coffee. Oh, coffee ice cream is the best. Coffee ice cream can be good. I bought some Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream. I never buy Haagen-Dazs because it's the best and it's like double the calories. But yeah, sometimes every now and then it's okay to have the calories. But also like Ben and Jerry's, there's different ones. LOL, no, not you meowing. Yep. And we got more people joining. Hi, Lizzie. Oh, we got Jason saying, ooh, coffee one is good. Yeah, I forget to get coffee. I've only had it a couple times. But it's enjoyable. It has like a nice rich flavor and with the coolness. And do you guys like iced coffee? Gee, Graham, I love you. Aw, thank you. Love you too. Mimi says, I can tell you're an adult child. I am an adult child. I'm not going to lie. I am not going to lie. There's times I still feel like I'm 6 to 8 years old. Like, and then I walk. Like today was bad. I kind of moved to get around some students. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just threw out my hip. And so then I was late to class, so I had to get to class. And for once today, I had to deliver like 110 different letters to the teachers for our students. So I had to walk all over the high school, up and down. It's huge high school. So I'm from Michigan. I got to do a little puzzle. Drag the puzzle piece into the place. See, unable to verify. I'm not good at this. They want it too precise. I did it. Debbie says iced coffee is all I drink when coffee is concerned. Ah, do you like just like a cream and sugar kind of iced coffee? Or what do you put in your iced coffee? Are you one of those caramel mocha loca chocolata, the fancy ones? Jason says iced, it's good for on the go. Sneaky, strong caffeine though. Yeah. Do you guys do good with caffeine? Do any like I used to get a headache like in the middle of the night from drinking so much Diet Pepsi. I drink coffee, but yeah, that coffee, caffeine will get you. You're from Illinois. I'm from Michigan, not too far from you. And I forget about iced coffee. My mom, when I was staying with her, take care of my dad, she liked the iced coffee and I would have it then. I forget. Mimi says, I love you. You are too funny. LOL. Well, good. I like hearing that. Orlando, hello. How are you? Thank you for that smile. FJB. Fish is here. We were just talking about going fishing. How'd you get your nickname? Fish. Tom is here. And hazelnut or caramel? There you go. Do you like the cocoa flavor? But David is joining us. So I love having this group of people. Let's see, what time is it though? It's 12:44. You guys are, some of you are up late over in Illinois. Do you guys have to work tomorrow? I don't know. I do, but I slept until 7:28. So thought it was morning and I freaked out. For 25 minutes, I was calling the school, trying to get through to someone. Then I called my tutor and she's like, it's nighttime. So Mimi says, no bedtime for me. See, that's the one thing is it is good to get on a schedule. I need to get away from doing these naps. These naps are not a good idea, but it was so nice, so nice. So the weather's starting to get cold and I definitely have to train my body to get back on schedule. I'm a night owl by heart. What about you guys? I'm usually like at my peak when I can just stay awake till 5, 6 in the morning and sleep all day. But yes, you need a bedtime, 10 p.m. There you go. You're an early bird. How are you an early bird if you stay up all night? Look, you don't seem too happy about that. Orlando says, already in bed. Just scrolling till I started to nod off. Just, because they say that scrolling, I do that too, though. Does scrolling, like, invigorate you guys or prolong your ability to go to sleep? They say you shouldn't use any social media or computer for, like, an hour before bedtime because of the blue light, but I'll do that, and it's like, okay, now I know it's time to go to sleep. Does it help you go to sleep, or are you just kind of bored and wait until you fall asleep? Mimi says, I'm still tired, but I don't care. LOL, I wake up early. I struggle. Ron says, Starbucks s'more iced latte. There are so many different flavors. How do you guys choose? How much do those go for? I haven't bought anything from Starbucks in a long time. Jason, the last time I bought a Starbucks was at the Starbucks by a brother's house. And well, I can't even say I bought it because it was late at night and they didn't have fresh coffee, so it was free. Like, I can't charge you for this. Here you go. Trying to use up, I had a gift certificate or card, and I was trying to use that up, and they gave it to me for free. Ren says only in summer they make them. Oh, they're seasonal. So good, but sugar filled. And they purposely make Starbucks coffee. It's a marketing technique. They make it extra bitter so you add on all the addictive sugars and creams. Am I in the Midwest? I am in Michigan. So yes. Mimi says, help. I need new eyes. Are your eyes itchy still or bothering you? Do I have an accent to you, Orlando? Jason says, night owl too. Don't like sleep. Waste of time. Beds are like shelves. I feel like I'm being put away. I agree. Like, I do sleep good. Like, when I sleep, I like a good night's sleep. Or cuddling next to someone would be nice. But yeah, I get frustrated. I'm like, didn't I just go to sleep yesterday? And we sleep a lot if you think about it. Our bodies are fascinating. Also, the way we digest our food and get fuel from it. And, 8 hours to recharge, kind of, I get it, but that's a lot. And we're kind of vulnerable during that time. That's why we're lucky to have some safety in our homes. But yeah, sleep takes up a lot of our time. We could get so much more done if we didn't have to sleep. But then we miss out on cuddle time. But I'm single, so I miss out on cuddle time anyways. Mimi says they hurt. Aww. They're probably starting to hurt because of screen time. How much screen time do you do a day? Orlando says, no, just heard you mention Illinois. Okay. There was a viewer in here from Illinois, and I'm in Michigan. Mimi says, LOL, cuddling. So even my dog's getting lazy on cuddling. Since I'm single, I can cuddle with my dog. But Orlando is saying, sending virtual cuddles your way. See, life is good. Yep, that's all I needed. And we are lucky, though, as far as like mental health during COVID. That was a crazy time. I think back to, what was it, the Spanish flu, where they did not have the internet and the ability to keep in contact with people like we do. So it's really nice that we can like see each other. It's not just listening to like the sound of someone's voice. Mimi says screen time is every day. Is it work related or TikTok related? Mimi says, don't come for me. All right. I won't. I know. But there is a balance that we should be doing with social media. But yeah, I get it. But it does affect your mental health because it starts infiltrating your life to where you reach for your phone instead of reaching out to people. And, I love you guys, but I've noticed I'm not spending as much time with my friends because I'm on TikTok, and I used to spend hours talking to my friend Barbara. Also, my friend Kathy, she messaged me, and she was like, I miss talking like 10 times a day. So there's trade-offs with everything, Run says they ping pong around the dish take with barely any motion. I'm not sure. Are you still talking? Every fish rest they bounce around in the partial. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know enough about fish. And I know, like, what is it? Is it whales? Who is it? I'm trying to remember. It's in one of my classes where they sleep upside down. Is it whales? What is it? Manatee? I saw a real life manatee. Jason, you ever go looking for manatee? Who is it that sleeps like that? I think it's whales. Or upside down. The dolphins? Who is it? Dolphins sleep upside down? I can't remember. Mimi says, help. What do you need help with? Jason says, yes, I swam with them. What was that like? Oh, what was that like? How wild. I went to, was it 3 sisters, 7 sisters, and they had some while we were on our canoe or kayaks. So that was pretty cool. Thank you so much for the follow, Shallow. I appreciate Shallow Hal. That was a funny movie. Wish is here. Barbie is here. Ron says, I used to eat my Oscar fish, bounce off the walls of. You used to eat your Oscar. I was in the middle of reading it. Oh, and Shallow Hell, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Billy is here. User, everybody's joining late at night, 12:53. And sloths. I have a sloth sleep upside down. They are so slow. I think they're the slowest animal, or at least one of them. What should they go? 1 mile in 4 hours, or I can't remember. They're super slow. They got those claws. They're because they spend so much time upside down that their hair grows upside down. Jason said, "Oh, Jason! Oh, there we go. I love it. That was cool. He just got the number 1. That was the whale diving. Perfect. And it wasn't asleep. It wasn't upside down. You are awesome. You guys are great. That helps so much. Oh my gosh. I appreciate that. And I love all the support you guys give me too. And like I said, you know, there are trade-offs. There are trade-offs where I haven't been talking to my in-person friends, or I kind of consolidate it into our dinner times where I'll make a dinner. And so you guys mean a lot to me. You guys help me and support me. It gives us something to talk about. And I love that you guys share the different struggles or the things you're curious about, because I am doing so much research trying to understand what this world is all about. You know, Terry says you're very beautiful. I'm 54 from Albertaville, Alabama. I'm 54 also. Born in 1970, class of 88, all the way in Michigan. But nice to have you here, Terry. Mimi says help. I don't know if she's going to make it. So I don't know exactly what you're saying. If it's like crucial, you have to call her parents. I don't know what you mean by that. And Terry says thanks. And Troy is from Louisiana. Hello to you too. Buck says hello, darling, from Mississippi, class of 87. Very cool. I love hearing about you guys and getting to know you. Mimi says it's the same issue as me. I want you to get off the phone right now and call her parents if you really mean that. Be a good friend if she's really struggling that hard. You know, there's things that we can't undo. So if it's something that serious, I would call her parents. So sometimes, you know, people need to call 988, or there are times that you can, you know, have people intercept. So Buckwheat says, yes, if you got your parents, call. But yeah, if somebody's really struggling that bad, call. Run says sloths have a microbiome in their body. They are so slow, and algae can grow on them, and a type of BUCLG, bug, okay, lives on them since they are so slow. Ooh, I didn't know about the bug part. They have bugs living on them. I know they have algae living on them. They get that green tint. Also, the manatee had green. Some of them will get barnacles on them. Buckwheat says, once you can't, you just don't get over it. Yeah. She doesn't have her parents. How old is she? Does she have, she has a guardian somehow, even if it's at like a foster program. Mimi says, I'm just going to go cry. No. You're going to be proactive and take care of your friend if she's really talking that way. You know, sometimes we can be the difference in someone's life. So if you're really serious, you think 15. And that's the thing. you know, there's so much life ahead. And sometimes you just get stuck in this mental state where you're not thinking logically. Terry says, is it okay for me to call you later? Well, it is 12:57 and I will be getting some sleep in about 3 minutes. So was there something that you wanted to talk to me about? I do one-on-ones. My email is cynthia@asoulsurvivor.com, ASOUL survivor.com. If there's something important that you need to talk about, if that's what you're talking about. So curious if any of you guys have utilized a life coach. Sometimes just talking to somebody can help. Mimi, you're giving me a hard time. Look at that. I don't know. Kathy is here. Still, it's like a symbiotic thing. It's kind of neat how things like you had the those birds that clean out the alligator's teeth, and I don't know if I'd want a bird cleaning my teeth. Mimi says, what? I'm giving you a hard time. Yeah, you got that laughy face when I'm telling you to call. But Terry, thank you. But yeah, I have to wake up in the morning. I literally thought that I was late to school, but I'm not. So Mimi says, you can't call her friends' parents. If it's something that serious, call the police or something. Ask for a wellness check. You can call the police and say, look, this is about to happen. Because we just had yesterday, they had police and EMS call for a self-induced 17-year-old. So you don't want those kind of calls. So you're just playing. That's something we can't just play, though. Is that what you mean by the 2 smiley faces? Because that's something serious. And I don't want to be like the boy that cries wolf. So I don't know if you're just saying that. But I take those things very seriously. Okay, so you're not playing about that. Okay, that's good. And Gray is here, Gray 24. But so I will be going live again tomorrow. Hi, let's get ready to log off. But I see a salsa guy. Are you a dancer? I was going to take classes or Tuesday nights, and they don't have any intermediate. It's all beginning, and I'm an intermediate at least. Sí, bueno. Bailando. Christopher is here. Run says they picked the pest bugs off the hippos, giraffe, zebra, buffalo. Yeah. They can be helpful sometimes, just how things, well, come to Florida. That would be fun. They do have a couple like nightclubs that will do salsa dancing. So I should try and do that, but that's gotta be fun. That is definitely fun. I got invited to my first quinceañera, going in 2 weeks to that. So that'll be fun. So Deborah is here. You teach salsa and bachata too. I just learned how the bachata. I like the salsa better though. I do like the salsa better. What do you like better, salsa or bachata? I thought about doing that. I'm like, I used to teach ballroom dance. I used to teach for Arthur Murray's. That was one of my first jobs. So yeah, Mimi salsa. Yeah, I like salsa better too. And I do that 1, 2, 3. I do the 3-step. I don't do the. Gotta do the 3-step. What about you? Do you like the 1 count or the 3? Mimi says, I'm just not talk anymore. I didn't say not to talk. Run says, Florida is like Noah's Ark of animals. Pretty much. Part of that is like surrounded by the water. And then they got the alligators and crocodiles. But they're missing like the zebras and giraffes and hippos. Hippos are like one of the most dangerous, aggressive animals. I'm glad we don't have hippopotami. Salsa says I'm learning Argentine tango. That'll be fun. Freestyle, definitely. Yes, I used to teach a tango, but I'm so tall. Like you kind of interlace your legs, and so I'd be, yeah, I'd knee them. Got to be careful. A lot of my students were shorter than me, but freestyle. Mimi says, "Are you upset?" I'm not upset that you're laughing, but I'm upset if you are pretending that there's something dangerous. But if you're just laughing, that's okay. Salsa says, "Practice, practice." I know. I know. I thought about getting back into it. Yeah, Jason, I am. Yeah, Jason's used to seeing me in heels, so he knows I'm tall, but probably not how tall. But yeah, I'm 6 foot. Yep. How tall are you? Yeah. Yes, I am, Jason. I know we're very similar, but spirit tells you. What's the spirit telling you? So, homebrewer says, spirit tells me all the time. Aw. So thank you. Having self-confidence is important, though. I agree. So yeah, Jason, I am as tall as you. Why would you pretend? Salsa says, I'm almost 53, so I want to learn more and more. Why don't we team up and we can travel the world? I would love to do that, do some competition. So JT says, what's the cutoff for height? It's based on the person. I don't have a cutoff for height. I wish I was shorter, but as far as people, people are people. Home brewer says, there is a future version of you who is proud that you're strong enough. Yeah, looking back sometimes we can really be like, oh, I'm a survivor. I know, wouldn't that be awesome, Salsa? Mimi says, I would never pretend about that. That's good. So JT is 5'9", and that's like the average height for a guy. So Salsa says, okay, have a safe night. Let's keep in touch. Be safe. Yes. And on that note, it is 1:04, so I should probably log off and go to bed and be somewhat responsible. Thank you for the follow. You guys are great. I got a lot of people in here. I hate leaving when there's lots of people. Oh no. Thank you, funny Cajun. And Victor and private danger. Uh-oh. A lot of people joining. Oh my gosh, you guys break my heart. We are doing, we are almost number 111. We're doing good in the league. Barn Drop says, what's the drama and gossip in your neighborhood? Split the tea. Yeah, there's always something in my neighborhood. Yeah, it's not necessarily, I live on the outskirts, but the inner city part is inner city drama. Definitely always something going on. People driving into buildings and Jason, you're awesome. I love it. So what about you? And Santa Claus, Colorado Springs. Hi, ma'am. Good to have you. Can you do me a favor since you're in Colorado Springs and look for my hacky sack? I have a blue and white hacky sack that went over the mountain because the Georgia boys were playing with my hacky sack and kicked it over the mountains. It was the best hacky sack, and I brought it to kind of like have something to play with on my trip. But I really enjoyed that trip out there. So you'll look, I appreciate it. It was back in 1986 when I lost it, and I'm dealing with it. I'm coping. So Mimi says, why you ma'am like that? Ma'am, it's some southern hospitality. Ma'am. How would you say it? How would you say ma'am? Ma'am. Shibatan? Shibatan? EJ, hello. You guys are awesome. Love that you guys introduced. Yes, ma'am. Mimi's crying over there. Loving it. So, gosh, we got a lot more. I think TikTok must pay attention when I'm like, okay, time for me to log off. And then it puts more people. The same as me. I am. And FEIN. Does that stand for something? What does FEIN? What does FEIN stand for? Or is it just Fane? Drew and Pete. Oh my goodness. So tomorrow night I will log in. We got a lot of people here. You got 2 more seconds to tell me if there's something pressing that you would like to talk about. Debbie, thank you for logging in over here too. Is the sound good? I know you were watching. So you're going to start calling me ma'am. You like that, ma'am? That's from living in Tennessee. Ma'am, ma'am. And I kind of like it though. Some people get offended if you call them ma'am, but it's a sign of respect. So I don't mind it. Panda follow. Thank you. Let me know when you have a big challenge and you'll let me win it. How do we do that, Panda? I wouldn't mind doing that. And talking about Panda, they just had those 2 pandas coming over. So yes, Phil, thank you so much for joining. I will see you hopefully tomorrow night. And we'll have to talk more about that, Panda. We'll do a challenge somehow. All right, guys, I'm going to go to sleep. What's the youngest you have ever dated? I don't know. I don't really, that I've ever dated or like been in a relationship with. So the youngest in a relationship, 4 years younger. So you know where I live. Where do I live? Tell me where I live. Don't sleep, you're coming for me. All right, where do I live? That is creepy. So I kind of don't believe you. So I'm going to sleep just fine. Southern hospitality, exactly. So Kurt's neat. So Jason, you're going to come save me. Jason's on his way over right now, so it's all good. JT. Oh my goodness, big. What a name. Don. So he said, I'm coming for you, LOL. No, I know. Get in line. Like, oh well. But there you go. Yep, Jason will protect me. LOL. LOL. Super Joe. Alejandro, John, and Mimi's laughing. So, my goodness. All right. So on that note, I'm going to sleep well. Hello from Virginia. Chris, how are you? Virginia is one of the states that one of my students chose to do the report on. So talking about my students, countdown from 10, 9. Yeah, I got a lot off. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Have a good night, guys. Logging off. Have a good night. Good night, Jason. Thanks again.